my mind and soul forever to be with you. Give me the chance to lend my hand. Sri Lanka, I'm coming home to you. My Sri Lanka, I'm coming home to you.
We are with a very talented and well-respected musician, singer from Sri Lanka, Rukshan Perera. He's here in Boston attending his daughter Suhana's graduation. We are very happy to have Rukshan with us in our program. Welcome to Boston, Rukshan.
Thank you very much. Thanks for inviting me on this interview. Thank Boston, Lanka, and thank you, Vayani.
You're welcome. Rukshan, we know that you're coming from a very musical family, and we would like to know how your career began and also a little bit about your background.
Well, I come from a musical family. My mother was a music teacher at Princess of Wales College, the school that you went to.
Of course.
And so at home also we always had music for parties, or even every single day, every single night when we have prayers, we always have hymns. She sings harmony, she plays the piano. So music was part of our family throughout, and we couldn't get away even if we wanted to. So that's how it started. And even though we did not learn the classical music per se, we got a lot of teachings from my mother. So that was the beginning on the piano. But very soon I changed to guitar, because that was the time the guitar bands came, the Beatles, the Shadows, Santana, they were all becoming very popular. So very soon from piano I switched to guitar, and actually formed my own band with my cousins. I was 10 years old at the time, and we formed our band, and we had our originals as well.
Did you name your band?
Yeah, the band was called Kala Medirio.
Oh.
And we wrote a lot of Sinhalese songs at the time. And I remember we performed at, I was 12 years old when we performed at the Radio Ceylon with Dr. Vijay Korea.
Oh.
So that was the beginning.
Rukshan, you came to the United States to further study in music. Could you tell us how that experience, how your education changed your life and music?
Yeah, I came to US in 1981. I was in Switzerland at that time performing with my so-called the last professional band at the time. We only performed in Switzerland, that is called Serendip. And then I realized that I need to further my studies, so I came here. I did my bachelor's in information systems, and during my studies I also joined the jazz band in the US, in that college, because I was quite interested in jazz, because jazz is something that you don't hear all that much in Sri Lanka. So I really wanted to learn that subject. I joined them, and there was a guy called Milt Hinton, one of the very famous jazz bassists, who used to come to teach us, train us, and I learned a lot from him. After learning the jazz, I actually did a lot of jazz concerts in New York itself. This was when after I finished my bachelor's, I did a master's as well, MBA, and then I joined Philip Morris. And while at Philip Morris, of course I couldn't do music full time, but you know, that's in our blood, so we can't let it go. So I did some jazz concerts in New York with some fabulous musicians in New York. New York is the place for jazz. Right. So that gave me a completely another, it opened my music field completely, coming from the Sri Lankan music to the English pop music and now to jazz music. it also gave me the opportunity to compose. I started composing around that time as well. And the composing also, I did many genres. So yes, coming here, I think it influenced me, the jazz very especially, and then also composing. While I was doing my job, which was, I was in the IT field. I was one of the systems managers in Philip Morris.
Rukshan, you are a multi instrumentalist, vocalist, and also you are considered as one of the best composers in Sri Lanka. Share with us how you use a different genre such as pop, blues and jazz as part of your creation.
Okay, so yeah, I had the opportunity to perform different instruments with different bands. For example, I started, as I said that through my mother we learned piano, then we went to guitar. From my band I was called into Golden Chimes to play guitar. Then later on I was called to play at Super Golden Chimes, and there I played keyboards. After that I joined a band called Esquire Set, went to Afghanistan for a contract, again played the guitar, and then the next band was Serendip, which I played my last band. I played keyboards. So I have been playing guitar and keyboards in many bands. And apart from that I do play a couple of other instruments, a little bit of other instruments. So from the composition standpoint, because I have played and performed different styles of music, it gives me the ability to compose also in different styles. So for example, in the very first CD that I did, that's this one, that's the CD that I did. That does not have jazz, but it has a lot of pop. There's blues. There's also what's called a cappella. A cappella is another style which is creating music only using voices and no instruments. So the bass, the drums, everything is played with your voice. So you get a group of them and you sort of give the different parts, and that's how it is. So it has that as well. And one other thing that it has is a song called the Nursery Rhapsody, which is a song that's really liked by most of the Sri Lankan musicians, because it's in the format of that famous Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. It's not an easy song to do, but that's again something thinking out of the box, and I created that.
The sky is burning, another hole in space. The sea is storming like an angry wave. The land is shaking, it's tearing apart. Nature's calling us to play a part. Take that streams that they got no blue skies. Fallen trees have no tears to cry. To save our planet, to save our hearts. Nature's calling us to play a part. Nature's calling on you. Nature's calling on you. Our final warning is global warming. Nature's calling on you. The earth is bleeding, it's crying for help.
one of the first Sri Lankan musicians to compose and introduce Sinhalese a cappella. How did that happen?
Yeah, back in 1990s, I was performing in New York, and I had a little band that we didn't perform all that much, just for certain functions. And then I composed an a cappella to do with the band, because my son Shihan, he has a really good bass voice, and he was very good in harmony and all that, so it was very easy to get him and sort of teach the others the harmonies, and we were able to do some a cappellas here. And then I did compose another a cappella of all Clarence Vijayawardana's songs for our Super Golden Chimes reunion, which was the first reunion concert after 25 years in 2003. So this was at the BMICH, and I composed an a cappella while I was in New York.
බුවහස රැලි සාගරයේ රම්‍ය සිහි කළා දිලීප පොඩි පුතුනි දිකිරි මුහුද කලඹලා සිනලොවක් දුටුවා යන ගීතය ගයලා ක්ලැරන්ස් විජේවර්ධන මුළු ලොව දාලා ගියා දිනක මේ නදී තීරේ දෙනෙත හමු වෙලා ආදරේට කියන කතා දැන් බොළඳ වෙලා සඳගිලුණත් නිරුගිලුණත් කමක් නෑ කියා Clarence Vijayawardana මුළු ලොව දාලා ගියා.
Harmony whistle. Now this is one of your wonderful creations, Rukshan. Can you talk about harmony whistle, and also why that name?
Okay. The meaning of harmony whistle is whistling two parts at the same time.
Okay.
So there will be a melody and a harmony, as if two people are whistling. One person is whistling a melody, other one is whistling the harmony. So that's why I call it a harmony whistle, or whistling in harmony. It's actually simultaneous whistles.
Rukshan, as you said, this is something that you've never heard anybody else doing it. Could you please do a little demonstration for us?
Okay. So if I show one finger, that means I'm whistling just one part, melody. If I do this, that means I'm whistling both parts simultaneously. Alright? So here's just the melody. Now here's the melody and harmony together.
Wow, that's really amazing.
Yeah. So if I do like a quick song, it will be.
Oh my goodness, that sounds really, really amazing. Yeah, that's just beautiful. Rukshan, we know that another very important thing that you do is that you are committed to the peace and reconciliation work in Sri Lanka after the war ended in May 2009. You created this beautiful song, One Land for All. Could you talk about the song and what made you create that song?
Yeah, I think for a long time I thought this war is something, the end of the war is something that we're going to never see in our lifetime. When it actually finished, it was such a relief, I think, to all Sri Lankans and others as well. I, being a musician, I thought I have to write a song and not a victory song, but a peace song, because there's so much more to be done in that area. I was in Los Angeles at the time. I was working there, and I wrote the song right after the war in May 2009. So within a couple of days after the war, the song was finished, and then I called all the musicians, the singers living in Los Angeles, and asked them to join me and sing a line of the song to complete that, because I wanted that to have Sinhalese, Tamil, Muslims, Burghers, and all the races. I wanted to be included in that song, which I achieved. And the musicians in Los Angeles were really nice, and they were very happy to do that song with me. And I was able to, the person who actually mixed it was one of the legends here in the US, Hussein Jeffrey. He's a fantastic, not only a bass guitarist, but fantastic musician and a recording engineer and so on. So he was able to do the mixing. He is part of the song as well. He sings, and his wife as well.
Rukshan, I know you don't have your guitar, and I know how hard it is to, sing a song, without an instrument. But you're such a talented guy. I think if I request you to say a few lyrics of that song, and also if you can, please sing a little bit of it.
Okay, so that song, my original title for that song was Journey of Love, which I changed later to One Land for All. The way I approach that is that here is a beginning for all Sri Lankans. The war is over, now this is a new beginning for everybody, and what I call it a journey of love. So the lyrics, the first verse is, just imagine now everything is finished now, war is over. So the first verse starts with, birds are singing in harmony, the rainbow is shining through the clouds, the sea breeze is reminding me that we have a journey to start. So you want me to sing that?
Of course, if you can.
Okay.
We would love to hear.
The birds are singing in harmony, the rainbow shining through the clouds. The sea breeze keeps reminding me that we have a journey to start. The birds are singing in harmony, the rainbow shining through the clouds. The sea breeze keeps reminding me that we have a journey to start. Let's walk together from coast to coast and go beyond the past. We'll search our souls to find the peace and share to make it last. Journey of love from the south to the north. Journey of love, peace and freedom for all. United we stand, one motherland for all. Journey of love, one land for all. Did we try our best when we had our test? Can we learn from our past mistakes?
We need your hand to rebuild our land.
Together we must stand. Doesn't matter
To which race the children are born.
doesn't matter
To who they pray.
what matters. They carry the torch of love, peace throughout the day. It's true of the day. Journey of love, from the south to the north. Journey of love, peace and freedom for all. United we stand, one motherland for all. Journey of love, one land
Rukshan, thank you so much for your time. I also want to tell you that how much I loved your mother, Mrs. Sri Lankan. She was one of my favorite teachers. She was my music teacher, and also to meet a person from Moratua, because I come from Moratua, and that means a lot to us. And here we are in small world. We meet in Boston. We never met in Moratua, but here we are in Boston, and I wish you all the very best in all your endeavors from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me, and I would like to thank you as well as Boston Lanka for having me for this interview.
You're welcome.